States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jerry Cotton will be a little late today.
Linda John's going to help us.
Thanks.
She's getting used to it. Thankfully, now. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Stoddick.
Here.
Trustee Masters. Here. Trustee Coombs.
Here.
Trustee Haber. Here. Trustee Gratiter.
Here.
Trustee Chamberlain.
Here.
President Kaplan.
I have a motion for approval of the minutes of February 2nd, 2010.
So moved.
Second. Any additions or corrections?
Page 6. Under new business, consideration of sprinkling ordinance, that should be sprinkler ordinance, sprinklings in the summer. And Rob Lugoski, you got to clarify this question that I'm going to ask.
Okay, I gave Mike some changes already.
Well, I'm talking about the minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, well, on page 6, in the 2 paragraphs down from the one we just corrected, this attributes to you the response that well water has insufficient pressure to operate sprinkler system. I don't think that was a response.
It was too late to get all these changes to the trustees. Which Assistant Chief Lugosi came out with some changes, and perhaps he could read them.
Sure.
Which will clarify that third issue.
What that paragraph should say is that the cost with respect to a rehab will vary. Villages that have adopted residential sprinkler ordinances and address rehabs often use 50% as a cutoff. And then later down at the bottom of the paragraph, Chief Ugasti explained that residences on well water would need a pressure tank and pump, which would increase the cost an estimated $2,000.
And I've incorporated those changes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have one more on this, page 7. At the very bottom, when I supposedly said to group, the appropriations ordinance would be 45 to 60 days, scratch the 60 days. It has to be passed within 60 days. Obviously.
What page you on, Trustee Stein?
7.
The very last line.
The very last line at the bottom,
Oh, I see, okay.
scratch 60 days. Thank you. That's all I have.
I have some. On page 2. First, at the end of the first paragraph under comments from the president, at the very end, after the word candidate, just a period with semicolon. It was the appearance of the letterhead that confused some people.
Trustee Chamberlain believes the mayor acted within his rights by personally endorsing the candidate, semicolon. It was the letterhead.
It was the appearance that confused some people.
Is it the appearance of the letterhead or of a letterhead? 'Cause
No, it was this particular letterhead. It said,
Use a letterhead.
I know, that's what I meant.
Well, we just want the words, what was said. It was the appearance of the
A
letterhead.
letterhead.
A letterhead.
Of a
By-
letterhead.
That'll make them happy.
Of a letterhead. That confused me.
Right. Because we all agree on what it was exactly. And on page 8, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I have to do.
Page 8.
First paragraph. Third line down, it says morning to discuss instead of pending issues that should be forestry programs.
To discuss forestry programs.
Instead of pending issues.
Jerry, pending issue.
Anybody else?
Wait, I have one more, I'm sorry. And the next ones, I think it'll probably be easier if I just write it out for you, but then I'll read it how I'm gonna change it.
Same page?
Yes, it's the same page. It's just, in several places, the parties are confused. So it should read, the director called her with a concern from a Riverwoods resident who stated the adult day program at the Center for Enriched Living was full, and that the resident was not receiving priority over non-residents. Trustee Chamberlain explained that the NSSRA and the center have a cooperative agreement, which is have a cooperative agreement, but the Center for Enriched Living has a first come, first served policy. NSSRA has a policy which gives registration priority to its residents. NSSRA and the center, the NSSRA board will discuss it at their next meeting, and the NSSRA, if they do insist on their policy being enforced, it may be a deal breaker for the cooperative agreement with the Center for Enriched Living.
Can you give that?
So that's why I'm going to write it up. And that is all.
Anybody else? Okay. Motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Second. We don't have the treasurer's report.
Want to vote on that?
Vote on the minutes, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
All in favor? All opposed? Okay, treasurer's report, we don't have one. Reports, management's not here. Engineer's report.
I have nothing.
Wow. Russ is sick. Okay. No ZBA report.
No.
Land commission report.
Well, we did have we tried to have a meeting, failed to have a meeting for lack of a quorum, and our next meeting is March 4th, and we have published for public hearings on a series of text amendments and special use requests by the properties that are attempting to annex to the village. I think probably 4 different special uses are in the notices. It's a long series of notices that was published, I hope, in the paper. March 4th.
Police report.
Well, since the last meeting on February 2nd, we've had the following activity. We've been on 1 911 hang-up, 14 vehicle accidents, 15 burglar alarms, 4 animal complaints, 16 fire assists, 1 assist outside agency. We've installed a child safety seat. We've had been on 16 disabled autos, 2 domestic disputes, 5 driving complaints, and a DUI arrest, 6 lockouts, 7 suspicious circumstances. We've taken 7 case reports. We've given out 8 crime prevention notices. We've made 96 traffic stops, resulting in 63 persons issued 71 citations.
What is a crime prevention notice?
Well, that's the kind of thing about if we see newspapers piling up on somebody's driveway or open door. We also, when we do a house watch, after we've looked at the house the day before they're due back and everything's fine, we send them a crime prevention notice just telling them to check the house and everything is fine.
And what was the nature of the animal complaints?
Most animal complaints, they're usually dogs running at large,
Okay,
that kind of thing.
that's what I just wondered,
Yeah.
because since there were 4 of them, I just wondered if there was anything different in the norm.
No,
Okay.
I was actually on 2 of them and they were both dogs running around.
Okay, thank you.
And additionally, we're watching 18 houses for people who are out of town, and checking them regularly. So, also, I gave everybody a copy of the results of our survey, and this is actually what I'm sending to the Village Voice, but I just want everybody here to see it first. There's a comparison from this year, I should say, the survey is